Good morning everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Tara with Crafting and More. Yesterday Julie released her new Scrap All About It with Dear Julie Julie Junk Journal Challenge. It is August Assembly Line Journal / Journals. We're allowed to make one signature with 3 journals, or one journal with 3 signatures. All of our supplies and our tools are free game to use. Each element, there's 11 of them. We have to make 8 of them. And each element has to have a base plus 3 other items for the challenge. And the list is altered paper clip, book page pockets, clusters, tags. She considers a tag something with the hole in it. Journaling cards, belly bands and tucks, embellished flip page, envelopes, parchment, tracing or vellum pocket, mini notebooks, any style, ruffle or tabbed edges. And we're supposed to add a photo of each element when we're finished right away, and post pictures from our steps, like shopping, our elements, our kit. I don't have my kit ready, but this is my inspiration. I picked this up at Tuesday morning. It was on the 20% off sale. There was sadly only one package. This is my inspiration for the whole journals. I'm going to do 3 single signatures, and first I'm going to teach you how I remove the layers from the napkin. It's stitched, so it's got all these little bumpies, and to remove that I take just a card, an old gift card, and I rub in a couple of different directions to loosen up that. Some are easier, some are harder. This one's looking like it's going to be an easy one. And then you just remove the layers. There's one layer. Don't discard them, because you can do fun things with them. And sometimes if you turn it over, it helps too. I don't know if you can see that, but you can see I'm pushing down the bumps, like ironing it out. And of course my fingers don't want to work. Oh. Couldn't remember if this was a 2-layer or 3-layer. It's a 3-layer because I'm seeing the 3rd layer come off here. There it goes. I just used the tip of my card to help lift that up, because I have no nails. I have brittle nails, something that I've had all my life, so I can't keep fingernails. Like I said, save these layers because you can do fun things with them, and I have an example of one. I stamped a collage onto one, and look how beautiful that looks. So you can use this as a collaged napkin in your journals as well. So don't throw these away. You can also clean up inks when you're dyeing your papers. So there's my napkin, the one layer, and the first pocket we're going to do is a book page pocket using 2 sections. Here's 2 already made, and I pulled my book apart. I folded up to the word, well, I folded this way and then this way first. Opened it back up, folded my words up to my words, and this I will glue here and here to close off my pocket. But first I'm going to glue that, and I'll show you my second pocket, which is this. It's going to be a page in the signature, and it is a wide pocket. I gotta re-glue a piece there. So this will be folded as a signature page in my scrapbook, my journal. So I used half of the napkin for that. And the third type of pocket is a half page folded in half for a pocket. And I'm going to cover it with the napkin. So that's the 3 pockets styles of pockets I'm going to be showing today. And to get started, let's get the glue and glue my pages. I'm going to move that to the side. And I'm going to remove this and cut at a slight angle there. Just remove part of that. Cut here, and again, slight angle. Move these to the side because you never know if you're going to need that in your junk journal. You can make punches out of them little pieces. You can add them to collages. So I'm going to fold this up, add a little glue around the edge. Oops. And then skip it across the top. Then I'm going to add my glue down the side. I'm also going to add some right here because that's in a different spot to hold that better. And there's my book page pocket. I like the tattered edge where I ripped the... Need just a little more glue right there. I'm going to set that aside. Here's my next pocket. Trim. Slight angle. Trim. Slight angle. glue, skip it, fold it over, line up the bottom, glue down the side here, glue here and here, set that to the side. I'm going to need one more napkin, and I'll do that one off the camera. So for the large book page, I simply took 2 whole pieces of the book page and a single one and folded it in half to make my large pocket. And this one I glued this way. So there's my large opening. And that's going to be a signature page. So here's my book pages. I simply lined up my book pages in the same sequence as if I pulled it out of the page or not. I'm just in the same order. I'm going to put a little glue here, skip it across the page. Then I'm going to take this book page and I'm going to add it. Make sure I get the right direction. Line it up, put it down, and then I took my second book page and I lined it up here to make sure that I got it completely lined up. And I'm going to add my glue there. I'm going to slide that down just the tad. Make sure I'm in frame so you can see this. Don't want any glue on my napkin by accident. And I'm going to add glue here. And skip it across. Take my book page, again lining it up, and then carefully laying it down. Make sure that it's lined up everywhere. And push it down. So I have one huge continuous page, and I'm going to close up the pocket by running a bead of glue all the way down one side of the page. I'm sorry if part of this is not in frame. It's longer than my filming area. I'm gluing first so that way I make sure that it's dry when I go to put my napkin on. So it's easier to do your assembly line this way. That's how it's assembly line, because you're doing the same thing repeatedly over and over. So there's my third page. Make sure I get all the glue off the outside. I'm going to set that to the side to dry, and then glue my other pockets. Simply add a bead of glue on each side. And close it down. Set it to the side. Last pocket that I will be doing on camera. The rest I will be doing off camera. And I will also add my elements in another video. This is just my inspiration. Excuse me. My inspiration for my journals. So I'm not exactly sure what else I'm going to be using. But I knew this was going to be my start. Okay, now I'm going to switch to a glue stick because I found that glue sticks works the best for attaching my. This is just a Scholastic that I got on clearance at the end of school year, and that's what I'm using. And I found that if I take my book page and just kind of roll it, I can kind of see where I'm needing to end it without wasting my paper. So I made a notch, and I'm going to cut straight up from that notch. And over from this notch. Make sure your pocket is at the right direction, otherwise you're going to be putting it on the wrong side. Take your glue. I start on one side and I give it a generous amount of glue, covering the whole surface. And then you can kind of see the shiny, so I kind of hold it up to the light so I can see to make sure that I got the whole. And then I line it up just like that. Use my card and gently smooth it out. I do like the texture that the wrinkles give it, so I'm not making sure that every single wrinkle is out of it because I like that texture. Simply, that's attached now. Turn it over. Add your glue on this back side, just like the front. Again, using my card. And I'm okay that it didn't get all the way covered because this is going to be glued down inside of my book. So it's okay that that's showing just a little bit. I didn't cut a very straight line. And if you see you have some sticking off the edge, you just take your scissors, hold it up to the light and you trim off any excess. And I learned a trick from Kelly's Creative Dreams. If you hold your scissors at a 45 degree angle, you can get it trimmed a whole lot easier. So I loved that trick. It's been quite helpful since I found out that trick. So there's my pocket. I'm going to not do the other one so that way it cuts down on the film, but you just basically line it up the same way for your second one. I'm going to set this to the side to dry. I left the other ones overnight. For the big pocket, I only covered one side, and I'm simply using a whole half for that pocket. So I'm trimming off. And I cut the wrong one. But that's okay. I'm going to use it anyways. I'm going to trim here. So don't do what I did and cut the wrong angle. It'll be okay. It's a napkin. So I just trimmed up that extra. Don't throw this away. I am adding that to another book page to use as scraps to put on here as a collage page. So don't waste your little pieces that you trim off. So there's the one that matches. Move that to the side. Grab my large book page. Find your opening right there. And then we're going to simply line up the edge and then line up the edge, or butt it up, and then so cover your book page. Work quickly so the glue doesn't dry, and you can work in sections. I've done that. You take your card, your napkin, line up your edge, and smooth it down. You have a few seconds of grace, so if you don't get it quite lined up, you can fix it. There again, I do like the texture of the wrinkles, so I'm not worried about the wrinkles. It gives it some character. And I simply fold over and apply more glue on the book page. Generously. Missed a spot. Take the card, gently smooth it out. Then add the glue. Line up my napkin. smooth it out. Slide this over just a hair. And then finish off with the glue. Come back here. Now, because I'm trimming the edges of this one, I'm going to wait until it's totally dry because I don't want to rip the napkin from the book page. And then I will just trim around my book page. And then that pocket will be ready to go in my signature. See, you can't even tell that I messed up by cutting it off. It's going to fold anyway, so that's going to be in the fold line of my signature, like that. So you won't be able to tell. Okay, and for the last page, I want more of the door and the branches, so I'm okay with that cutting off. And I can also wrap it if I felt that I wanted more. I can wrap. And I'm thinking this is going to be a belly band in the book. So I'm going to simply glue it and not cut off the excess until I figure out for sure how much excess that I need to cut off. So again, add your glue. And smooth it down. And there's that one. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you learned something new or my tips were helpful. Leave a comment below. Join the Dear Julie Scrap All About It Facebook group. Go to her YouTube channel to find the August junk journal. I'm still new to YouTube, so I'm still figuring out how to post my links below. I haven't figured that one out, so bear with me while I'm learning this new journey. I just started doing junk journals in March. I joined the mini challenges in the challenge in the March event, and I've done each challenge every month since then. So please join me in the challenge. Go to her YouTube channel and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to get updates, and you can see the playlist for her August and see how she puts together her journals. Also, go to Kelly's Creative Dreams and see hers. And thanks for joining me. Have a great day.